Hey guys, today for review we have the Reximex RPA, a sub 500 feet per second 177 cal RPA as we get them here in Canada to be exact, and I'm pumped. It's a gorgeous looking pistol that I've wanted to get my hands on for a while now, so let's get started. First up, the looks. Now, I don't want to say that this is a blatant copy of the Ataman AP16. I've never handled an AP16, but there are definitely design cues borrowed from that gun. From the barrel shroud and the air tube down through the breech block, there are many similarities. Things deviate at the grip, however, with the AP16 having a 1911 derived grip and the RPA using a similar grip as is found on their Tormenta rifle. And I love it. The Turkish walnut that the grip is made of is stunning, and it feels great in my hand. An easy comparison for our market is to the Diana Bandit pistol. Now, the RPA is a much higher quality gun, but the overall idea is the same. I own a 25 cal Diana Bandit, and I always thought that the grip was comfortable in my hand, and it is, but the grip on the RPA is miles more comfortable. The chunkiness of the Bandit grip never bothered me before, but it kind of does now. That being said, the RPA is a very slightly heavier pistol than the Bandit is, likely due to the barrel shroud and the overall higher quality build. As for great looking PCB pistols in Canada, we don't really have too many options available, and simply from an aesthetics perspective, the RPA is near the top of the group, depending on your tastes anyway. The overall design is sexy and a little bit aggressive without being too over the top. Now, let's talk about the RPA's features. It's a pretty straightforward PCP pistol. It's regulated with a side lever and a 50cc air tube that fills up to 250 bar, which will give you 40 to 45 good shots. It's meant to be pretty easy to swap out air tubes for a second one, which is a nice feature. I can't say how well that works though, as I don't have another air tube yet. It comes with 2 magazines that in 177 hold 9 rounds each, and a single shot tray. Go watch my unboxing video if you're curious about everything else it comes with. The safety is a simple push-through type, which I like. I always say that there's no need to get fancy on a safety, and the trigger, though good enough out of the box for most people, is adjustable. The side lever is located on the left-hand side of the pistol, which is ideal for most right-handed shooters when you're using a magazine. The side lever's action is short and crisp, with next to no real play or sloppiness. The top of the gun has an 11mm dovetail rail for mounting optics, and the end of the shroud is threaded to accept an adapter so that you can use any kind of muzzle device that you want. I didn't bother chronographing this gun. I may do it in a future video, but my chrono has been acting up, and I also don't really think that the exact velocities are that important for this specific gun. I'm positive it's shooting just below 500 feet per second, and most 177 cal pellets will be doing about that. If you think the chrono numbers are important, let me know down in the comments, and I'll get on some testing for you guys as soon as I can. As for the report, it's quiet. This is one of the quietest guns I've ever shot, and you could probably shoot it in your backyard all day long and never bother your neighbors, which is actually pretty enjoyable if you ask me. One of the best parts of shooting air guns is how much easier they are on your ears over firearms. Okay, let's get set up for some shooting. To give the pistol a fighting chance against my less than stellar pistol shooting skills, I've topped it with a 3 to 12 times magnification Bugbuster scope. I'm not a huge fan of this scope due to its finicky eye box, but it's nice and compact and a good fit for this pistol. One thing I'd like to note is that most of the scopes you put on here are going to cause clearance issues with the rear sight if you're using medium height scope rings, and you'll likely have to remove it like I did. All of the shooting in this video will be rested 5-shot groups at 10 meters, because realistically, it's a sub 500 feet per second 177 cal pistol, and most people won't be stretching it out to 20 meters. That being said, I will be doing a 20 meter pellet testing video with this gun sometime soon, just to satisfy any curious viewers out there. For the groups in this video, I'll be using the single shot tray, which is useful enough, but like all the Cal and Reximex single shot trays, you do get the odd pellet that falls into the trays nose first or backwards. It's not the end of the world, but could be annoying to some people. All of the target footage will be sped up 10 times to save time. For our first group, we have Excite's plinking pellets that weigh in at 7.48 grains, and it's okay, nothing too out of sorts, but nothing super tight either. As I was finishing this group up, it started to pour pretty hard, so I had to pack everything up and quickly run for cover and wait it out, which took about 30 minutes. That's not super interesting, but that's the reality of springtime shooting here in the Pacific Northwest. Next up, we have the 7.87 grain Final Match Light from H&N. And this is a great group, and I bet that a better pistol shooter than I could probably tighten this up further. Our next group is with H&N's Barracuda 8, and they weigh in at 8.44 grains. This is another good group. I'm so pissed with myself for pulling the fifth shot. That always seems to be how it goes, though. 4 good shots in a row, and the pressure is cranked way up. Next up are the 8.64 grain Field Target Trophy from H&N, and this group isn't perfect. 3 shots together definitely shows potential, though. Maybe someone else will have better luck with them than I did. That being said, I don't feel like I pulled any of the shots in this group. For our second last group, we have the 9.57 grain Barracuda FT from H&N, and this group makes me happy. That's about as good of a group as I can expect from my pistol shooting skills. The Barracuda FT pellets never disappoint me and are often my go-to 177 cal ammo. For our final group today, we have the 8.18 grain match pellets from QYS. Now, this is a solid group, but I'm not convinced it's fair to QYS pellets. The wind picked up for this group and was blowing from right to left, and I definitely didn't pull the third shot. I feel like it was the wind. But I didn't think that at such a short distance I'd have to worry about that. But here we are, and you can be the judge. And there you have it, the Reximex RPA. It's an awesome looking air pistol that is capable of shooting as good as it looks. We don't have a ton of great PCP pistol options in Canada, and this is a very welcome addition to our airgun landscape. It feels well made, and I have no doubt that anyone buying one of these will get years and years of enjoyment out of it. I know I will.
Interesting.
I can't wait to use this in future trick shot videos, so if you have any suggestions for shots I should attempt, let me know down below. If you have any questions about this gun, drop them down in the comments. And be sure to check out my friends over at Canada Shooting Supply if you like air guns. Not only do they have all kinds of cool Reximex products in stock, but they have lots of other air guns and shooting accessories. Feel free to like this video or subscribe to the channel if that's the sort of thing you're into. Thanks for watching and have a great day.